So you guys, don't be a bubblehead. Trolls, don't listen to them. Yeah. Naysayers, don't listen to them. Trolls are the worst. Hoorah, ex-Marine, patriotic, believe in yourself. If you're a little scared, be brave. Welcome back to the Youth Truth Podcast. This is for my second cousin, Debby. She called me she wrote me a letter, and I called her, and we haven't spoken 35 years. When I started the channel, I was trying to help some young kids in my house, and the first 2 episodes are with a young man that thought everything's going to happen tomorrow, and I was trying to tell him my whole philosophy of, am I cheap? No, I'm really frugal. And as it progressed, I started doing some shorts and, creating art. Yeah, I'm trying to be an artist. I'm retired with nothing to do. I sit and watch a board warp. Start the race. That's the one where I tell everyone I'm running for president. If you're going to run for president, then I expect it to take 20 years. Join the party. Yeah. But I can't find anybody wanting to come to the party, who wants to learn about accounting. I had this rabbit that would come every day. And then, are them tires worth anything? I got it on the wall. I sold them for $150. There's my resume. You want to know what I've done? I try to do the heroes, and I think hardwood is a commodity depending on the quality of the wood. That chair is worth 43 cents a cubic inch. Not to mention it's antique and unique and might look good somewhere. And, trying to repair an old weed eater, have fun tearing it apart. If you're successful at building it, you saved a lot of money. Persistence, perseverance, and a belief in oneself. Come on. And I keep trying to get someone to send me some money. And I use YouTube like Facebook. There are pictures on my walls. It was funny. I installed my own sprinkler system. Copyrights. I told people all about copyrights, but will they believe me? And then there's going to be everybody telling me that I can't do this. I sent the money in on my little copywritten flag, which means we're all in the same circle. We're divided, but we should be peaceful. And you should develop some sort of product that maybe you can sell later, because truthfully, all the channels make money on the stuff that they sell. Watching my favorite little freckled rabbit give birth to Sweetie, which lived on my porch because it had a broken leg and it was a runt, and Mama kicked it out. Enrich your life and finances. That's what I'm saying. The people around you, including you, Debbie, don't. But nobody really wants to spend time talking anymore. I was trying to appeal to these kids' grandfathers that they weren't doing anything wrong, really, whatever. So Is that money worth anything? You know, Laugh, Enrich Your Life and Finances. I thought it was a good title. Look at how small that baby rabbit was that I took care of on my porch. This belly flop, you know, try pretending to act in your swimming suit at 65. How far are you willing to go for liberal arts? If you wanted to be an actor, what would you do? You know, there's some good days, some bad days. I haven't. And you know, I have opinions. Life's problems. Sunday messages. See Debby been starting. You know, people don't want to hear about it. Cut down that tree, cut it up into 23 cent a cubic inch lumber. And this was, you know, it got a lot of views. Crash or crack, because they don't know. Let there be light. How to install light in your house. I'm back because I was gone. Phoebe, from the first litter Freckles had in my yard, I called her Baby Bunny, and she came along a lot. And then I critiqued myself. That's why I do it yourself humor. You know, this is the one I wanted to show you. Danger, danger. Cut down this tree all by myself, and everybody thought I was a nut, but not if you use science and good planning. And the list goes on, you know. Don't talk politics. Don't show an American flag. Don't talk about war. Squeal is all about, have you ever heard a rabbit squeal? And then Rachel was Drake's aunt that was giving him trouble. Same guy I started with, you know, how to fix a dryer. And my crazy full moon. Inspirational. Fire. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of people do videos about fireplaces. I got one on my porch. And I'm advertising Clipchamp is not a sponsor because it's free. This was funny.
I caught my wife sitting in the chair looking at her phone as to what she would buy. And she was looking for a new comforter. But of course it's gray. Downfilled.
The one I have. Downfilled,
Packaged,
great.
maybe more.
Nice.
You know, not a rip.
A
not
really
a tear,
nice one.
Not a stain. But she got some birthday money. So she's trying to figure out how to get rid of this. All because it's not sage green. Youth truth. Like, subscribe, comment, pass it on, share. You know, donate to my Patreon.
My card, I'm a businessman.
She does enrich my life. Hey, laugh.
I thought that was pretty good. I've done a couple like that. The rabbit party's all about, I have a chair in my yard for anybody that wants to come. But you can't get any friends. And like I told you, this was my attempt at trying to attract young men to the channel, my copywritten rabbit, my copywritten flag, and my opinion of men versus women. We think differently, have different concepts of what's right or wrong, fixing cars, restoring furniture for my wife. It was funny, cat versus mouse. This little mouse was living on my porch. I couldn't bring myself to kill it. I had to wait for spring to catch it and let it go. And Sweetie and this mouse were playing games. Oh, that would be nuts to sit on your porch and watch, huh? Happy Valentine's Day. I fixed the bike for the neighbor kid. Phantoms of the Opera was my idea about including music. Come on, everybody, join my show. With all my toys, my set, I play with my dolls. Never mind. It's just me. And I love rock and roll. I fixed that gate because that gate's maple. We're dirty. I have the picture on the board. It's worth $886 worth of hardwood. Trying to get sponsors. Watching Freckles have babies. Clean it up. Everybody's doing these cleaning videos and trolling me about the condition of my porch and would you let rodents live on it. Well, it's outdoors. I'm trying to write a book. War and Peace. My life is going to be a long book. And the kids are going to fight inflation every day. I found that dresser for free. Real wood. Sat on my porch, working hard. Everybody wonders why my porch is dirty. More mice chopping that tree down in my yard. I fixed that dresser. See, I'm still working on it. You could see it's doing different things. The hillbilly hippie, that's what I think I am, sort of. Naysayers. They'll be out to troll you. That's why I have my naysayers. Uncle Pinky made these, sold them at market. Maybe I can sell them. Naysayers, bobbleheads, and my Furby named Troll, because that's what you'll get around everything. It's trolled for being creative, What can you do? Don't let them stop you. You got a dream. See, it's getting better. That dresser was sharp. You couldn't buy it for $700 in the store, and I got it for free in 4 or 5 hours. The mouse trap was my first year project. Catching them mice and getting rid of them on my porch. I'm not all on the classic. And this stuff, you watch a lot of the old movies, and it's always been men versus women. Julian's my new son-in-law. The Rules. Watch that movie. It's about you can do anything as long as you stay within the rules, and trying to teach people to do business. Sales. You got to be a salesman. I love my daughter, and I call it X-rated. It's the same thing as rules. Don't talk about politics. Everybody like the animals. Put in your own sprinkler system. Hillbilly or hippie? Huh. Self-defense. Canceled because I'm a little noisy sometimes. Phonics. AI can't figure it out, and I have to do that. I talk to people. This was for some kid. Sponsor me. Little old men versus a GTX. One of my old buddies fixing the Crown Vic. Lowering your taxes is the first profit you'll make on YouTube. my rocks are so big my wife won't wear them is a parody about girls who are doing, can do, cleaning videos where they're flaunting their body. Probably shouldn't. No one's going to watch a little old man clean his porch. Fixing, flipping cars. There's props for the show. I can deduct them. My wife, I made her own room. And this is saying that if you want to get into YouTube, college takes 4 years. Don't, if your kids want to do it, if I want to do it, don't get mad at them. Channel growth, my Lincoln, my hot rod Lincoln, nobody likes it. My wife hates it. I had to get her that Subaru. Winter Solstice is really a Christian out there. Why shouldn't I offer burnt offerings to the Lord? Warp, is it perfect? When I redid this dresser, it's another one. Still gonna sell Grandpa's book, maybe. I put in a new torque mount. I study different channels, and this girl was lighting the fire all wrong. And then this was once again my man versus bikini. And that's when I came up with the title, The Porch Project's Bling. Now, who would want an antique cigar stand from the 30s, made of 50-cent a cubic inch walnut? I fixed it up. If you're gonna have an ashtray, it might as well be nice. Had to fix the accelerator in the Lincoln. It's getting better. But, it'll take me 2 years to fix it rather than everybody telling me, hey, you should get it done tomorrow. Legs. It's funny about my wife. 3 shorts, how to do 3 shorts. And I do have freedom of the press and use YouTube. Be my Valentine, my wife, the Porch Project, trials. Everybody's going to go through them. Stepping on Toes was my 2nd year project. Different things. My titles are what get me probably they're searchable for the business. I've been in business since I was a kid and run the roofing business in Rocky Ford, it. Selling Kirby's. I used to. Kirby's still sell at the pawn shop. You could take that baby in and pawn it. But it's from 1984. And this is because I either have a hearing problem or a vocalization problem, and everybody gets all angry with me. So this is some of my stuff. Whatever. If the computer drives me nuts, and my computer's full of too much data, and I had to expand it. Do you love your kids? Try to get guests on the porch. Try to teach people what it takes to be an arborist in City Hall. Go down there and ask. And, follow a tree trimming service around and pick up the thing. And then my washing machine broke and I can't carry them up and down the street, so I'm gonna make one in the yard for the YouTube channel for hilarity. Stick to your guns. If you have a plan, stick to it. Join the wildlife. Come to the party. My monologues are just my thoughts like right now. Dream on. Kids should dream on. YouTube on a budget. Do it for free with the editing service I'm teaching. Remember our heroes? Daniel should have bought that bug, and this was because a girl was talking about doing beehives. I said, do it. Make a YouTube channel. The Rabbit Roundup. The old Sport 42. Had some kids over filming me. It was funny. 4th of July fireworks. You know, Second Amendment.
Well, you know, guys, I kind of believe it. Big open carry. But you should know how to scare chickens. Now, what I would tell people is if they have a concealed carry.
Some guy was telling me, oh, he's got concealed carry. I'm like, well, don't give up your surprise.
Element of surprise.
You know, I take care of the neighbor's yard in my PJs in the morning. You know, and then Sweetie died or was caught by a predator. You know, been into gold mining, and the rich don't look, unless they're really rich, but a lot of people try to not look rich. My miniature gold mining machine, I know about it. I restored it. And then this is there's some small channels out there that I try to encourage because, you know, I'm all for the little guy. The dice game. You know, peace. Nobody wants to have peace over there. You know, eye appeal. It was about me looking ugly. You know, channels that do well have eye appeal. You know. Getting Arthur, you know, sporting Arthur, he restored my floors. I got bit by a black widow on my porch. Christmas is coming, give him a $70 camera and tell him to go make YouTube channels about an 05 Hyundai. You know, I tried to teach camera skills to kids. You know, fix that guy's Firebird because nobody else would. Peaceful. Go into City Hall and be peaceful. You know, I had some more guests on my porch and some students. Let's be savages. This is about how guys talk while the girls aren't around. Had them girls on my porch trying to interview them, trying to teach them, but you know, once again, everything's got to happen overnight. You know, I take care of Sandy. Send her to lunch every day. Grasping at straws. I think Clip Champ gave me access to the cloud. Nothing to do. Can you turn up an alt thing? And then gaming for dollars. YouTube's a game to me. Pretty hard one, but it's fun. Keeps me busy. Since I am, you know, the flag dance. But it's red, white, blue, so no one likes it. Especially China and most of the world. And this one, lazy.
Hey, Link, what's happening,
man? He's growing so big.
I made your video.
And my
if
artwork.
I haven't said it yet. Welcome to the YouTube podcast by yours truly. Yeah, I'm sitting here watching a video about Link, thinking, you know, keep telling everybody I want to write a book.
So I'm trying
And my
audio-visual
advice to anybody
presentation
is
is the closest to
to
writing a book.
my daughter gave me the best advice. She said, just do it. I don't know. We'll get in trouble with the music.
Not in trouble, but they won't ever monetize the show because I'm using other. And I was canceled in Russia and Belarus.
But yeah, I'm a young
Yeah.
man.
So that's where I'm
And
not
I
being
need a
monetized. And I'm
hero.
not young anymore.
It's going to save the channel. But,
You know, it's a Marine Corps thing. I'm U.S. Marine. And this guy was making nasty videos about me, so I trolled her. And you know, she removed everything. Whether one little channel has anything. And the thing about trolling redheads was trying to, there's one that I thought, this gal does classy stuff, and a couple that didn't, and they, you know, and you can't find me because I'm such a small channel. I'm a jack of all trades. Santa Claus and the plumber was weird. This is something that happened right outdoors. You know, I came up with, I'm going to be the YouTube professor, because you could be anything you want on YouTube, you know. And Christmas, how was yours? And my brother-in-law's son that he didn't know about showed up on my door. And then silver trading. Silver's big show. You know, I'm trying to get, one day, can I get a guest by going out and selling it? And I did. You know, Happy New Year. Are you rich? Really rich? I think my brother is really rich because he has a new son and grandkids. Guess a little chaotic getting the neighbors over. And I've been trying to get Angela Rose because she's local and she's big, and I think she's smart enough and shouldn't be worried about, oh, I think it'd flip my whole neighborhood out if I got her on my channel, you know. Trading silver. Hey Joe, this is I can't remember, but I'm just an old guy on the porch. I watch the sunrise through my window every day. And this guy is somebody I met in the neighborhood, you know, all my shorts. You can't, you know. It's what I do. Am I crazy? See, everybody thinks I'm a nut. I bet you even think so a little bit. And yet, I'm trying to support the other channels that tell them, dang, I get 7 views and you got 150, you know. Well, that's the last one. You know, I get 16 views 4 days ago. Hot diggity dog. So that's a overview of my channel, Debby. Like, subscribe, comment if somebody out there, not my second cousin, is watching. Youth Truth Podcast. My email's right there, man. Talk to me via email or something. Do it yourself, Business 101, and if I can find the wildlife, it'll be on the show. Of course, it's not a sponsored time. Clip Champ, free online video editor. Nobody wants to learn how to do this, but you should spend 15 minutes on yourself a day practicing how to make a video. So I just have to download this little $79 camera into the program. There aren't too many edits because I'm gonna let her rip the way it is. and you would import this stuff, but I have to plug this one in. You know, I'm learning a little bit. You know, it takes 2 fingers to do this. You know, move it over to the other side, and you could take something and put it in there. Trade silver. Put it in your thing. Edit it. You know, silver trading. Nobody knows how to do it, but I study it. Give me this picture, and I have a little birdhouse outside. It's just like it, and those are black-tailed gnatcatchers nesting in it, just like in my yard. But you know what the black-tailed gnatcatcher says? Cheap, cheap, cheap. And I say, no, I'm just frugal.